as I'm watching Degrassi, but I am going to go through each of the campers as they're being named and tell you what I like or don't like about that person for session 1. So, Rhett. He's the coolest counselor on the block. He relates to the kids and everything. That's what the cabins look like. And he's for Grove 4. Hill 4 is Luna. She's a good counselor too. She has a dog that's really awesome. And this is Evan. Sometimes it's written Evie. And he's cool too. He's best friends with Connor. And it's their first year, so that's awesome. Then you got Keisha from Washington. Keisha's awesome. But what Keisha didn't know before she met John and Andy is all 3 of them were on the same plane together. Crazy, I know. John's pretty cool. He stays for 2 terms. Keisha stays for 2. Evan and Connor go home. Andy only stays for 1, and then if you watch the scrapbook episode, he decides to come and visit because he went to hockey camp as well. So, and Andy's pretty hot. Now we have Lauren. She's pretty shy. She barely says anything, barely gets in any drama, so you don't really know much about her. She's pretty nice. I got Harry Potter playing over here when he meets Dobby. But anyways, Megan. There's not much to say about Megan. It's just that she's a shy type as well, and they don't show her much as well. So there's not really much to say about her. Just that it's a good thing that she stays out of drama, because then nobody can hate her. What do I say about Martha? Martha, they don't really show much. They don't really talk to her much, except for during the camping scene when she's camping. Let me turn down Harry Potter. It's starting to get loud. Anyways, when she's camping and she whines a lot about the hiking and stuff, and they told her if she doesn't whine the whole time on the girls' camp hike, that Fiona, which you'll get to meet later on, will have to ride a horse. And she's scared of horses. And she really wanted her to ride a horse, so she did it. And Martha got sick on that hike and was throwing up and stuff. But she never complained, so that's all I remember about her. Malik. I like the name. Malik seems awesome. He was kind of shy, kind of didn't know how to do anything. He didn't know how to swim, and we didn't know this until session 2, when they were teaching him how to swim, and he was doing really good. And then he got to go ski, and he got up on that ski, and it was just like the perfect moment. And then the basketball was another perfect moment. But he's accomplished so much at that camp he's a pretty cool guy. I like Malik. In session 2, I believe, somebody, I think Cammy, or no, Annie, I'm not sure, had a crush or something on him during the canoe trip. And he was like, people were bugging us on to find out the answer. Because I think Malik liked Cammy, and Cammy liked Malik. But Cammy was going out with Gus, and Malik's like, if you break up with Gus, and then Cammy goes, well, then we can date. So when she got back from the canoe, she, I think, broke up with Gus. But after that whole situation and episode, they never showed the Malik and Cammy thing to let us know if they started dating afterwards or what. That's what I remember about Malik. So they at first called it Bug Juice or Summer Camp, and then they changed it to just Bug Juice. This is Andrew, and I don't understand the whole I'm 14 and a half years old crap. But, that's why I started that with my age. And anyways, Andrew will remember him. He's shy. I think he had a crush on a girl named Liz. I know he had a crush on a girl, I think her name was Liz, not sure. This other girl had a crush on him, and she asked him out, and he was like, no, not into you, and he felt bad, and blah, 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 and he wanted to get with this girl named Liz, but that's all in session 2. In session 1, I mean, he did plays, and he was a really good actor in the play, and he sung, and he was really good. And I remember during Parents' Day, he asked his parents to buy him candy, and his parents are like, they're always for the rules, they don't want to break the rules, and like, no, you're not supposed to. And then when he told him, well, all the other parents do it for their kids, and he's like, okay, then I guess you can do it. Here's $2, go get $2 worth. And of course, in the 90s, candy was really cheap. There was like 15 cents for candy and stuff. And now these days, it's not 15 cents, it's $1, $2, you know. So $2 wouldn't be enough. Oh yeah, and he's really, 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 really tall. Morgan, aka the Jersey Devil. During one of the talent shows or whatever shows, the counselors got to dress up, or not the counselors, the campers got to dress up the counselors, and they chose to dress Morgan up like the Jersey Devil. So we call him the Jersey Devil as a joke. Now, and that's what we remember about Morgan, really, just for the Jersey Devil thing. Okay, thing about her, Jenny, is she says she's from Honduras, but she lives in Bulgarian. I don't know why she told us that, but she did. And she's kind of shy too, and we don't hear much from her. She's not really much into the whole drama scene, so we don't see her much. So there's not much I can really say about Jenny. So, sorry. What do you remember about some of these campers that I don't remember much about? If you do, comment, make a video response. Alright. Annie. We meet a lot of girls named Annie, Anna, you know. But Annie, this one, she played Workout Barbie for when the campers got to dress up the counselors. They had like 50 different things they wanted to do to her. They kept changing her look. First they wanted her to look like Annie, and then they wanted to look like Shirley Temple, and then they went with Workout Barbie because they didn't know what else to do. That's pretty much all I remember about her, because they don't show her much, talk to her much, nothing. I don't know why each cabin had 2 counselors, but it's whatevs. And this is Gavin, Luna's dog. Don't know why she was allowed to bring him or whatever, but I guess he's a good dog. The only time we hear about him is during one of the wars games that they play, and the guys tried to wake up the girls, and Gavin was barking his head off. Other than that, Gavin just walks around, does what he wants, and they hardly ever talk about him or show him or anything, really. They should have, when he was being interviewed, put his name on the thing. But, anyways, he's the youngest. He's 12. He has a sister named Anna. The reason why she didn't go the first session is because she gets homeschooled. She gets homesick easily, and she didn't feel comfortable with coming. And then he finds out in session 2 that she is coming, and he gets excited because he's like, if I get upset or something, I can just go to my sister and she can comfort me. I don't know how different parts of age they are, but he gets in a lot of trouble a little bit here and there, and he tries to work it out with everybody, and he's just a real cool dude. I like Asa, and I like his name. I like people with unique names. Caitlin, where do we start with you? She's drama. Lots. Like, if something doesn't go away, or she gets upset about something, she gets mad and pouts and walks away. At one point, she was like, doing this hike thing, which is the most boringest episode ever. They were doing this group hike thing, and nobody gave a crap about her. They ignored her the whole time. Connor and Stephanie was going every which direction. It was so annoying. So she just said, forget it. She's like, I almost fell on the side of a mountain. And then she's like, Allison almost, or somebody almost, stepped in a hole or whatever. And she just got mad and just sat in that hole and just said, I'm not leaving. And then Luna had to come in from hiding and say, come on guys, we need to talk to her, blah blah blah. Stephanie and Andy come up and talk. I don't know why they had Andy there. They weren't really friends, but whatevs. And then another time she's like, I'm going home. She couldn't stand the place anymore, so she left and stormed out and went into the thing and asked to go home, and she talked to her mom. And her mom said wait until Parents' Day and they'll talk about it. So she waited until Parents' Day. Don't get me started with this girl, because oh my god, Stephanie. Well, basically, we can remember a lot about her because she's a lot of drama. Basically, when she first got there, Zara was coming right behind her, and she was just like, oh my god, Jenny! And running up the stairs, hugging her, and all this bullshit, and then Zara was like all confused of what the fuck to do, and so she just walked up and was like, which one's hill for? Like, she was so lost, and Stephanie just ignored her, like, move out of the freaking way and stop causing attention to yourself so the campers know what the heck they're doing. Because Zara was just looking at her like, okay. But Zara and... Why do I keep calling her Zara? It's Sarah. S-A-R-A-I. Sarah. Anyways, they both liked Connor. But since Stephanie had the long hair, like, she would say... Zara said, well, he said he likes me, but he doesn't want to go with me because we all know why he doesn't want to go with me. Because Stephanie and everything. And he didn't want to go with her, and she didn't want to go with him until she knew I wanted to go with him. And she had long hair, so she like flirted with him with it and stuff. And then Connor always kept saying how much he loved her and liked her and stuff. But yet, Connor breaks up with her for some odd reason, don't know why. Oh yeah, because she's too clingy. And she starts bawling like a big baby. She's just drama. I love it in season... Why I keep calling it season... In session 2, when they hardly barely show her. Because in session 1, they showed her way too much. She annoyed the hell out of me with everything she did. Zara. She's a lot of drama as well, but, like, she was scared of Gavin at first, but then she found out he was a nice dog, so she didn't care. She became best friends with Keisha. Keisha's like, once you get to know me, we'll be best friends, because people thought they were best friends forever, but they weren't. It's just how she was. And then Zara started getting on everybody's nerves. So as Keisha being the best friend and all, she had to tell her. And they started fighting. And Zara made it hard for their fight. And then Keisha's like, I'll be nice and be with her and stuff. But anyways, at the talent show, those two sung a really beautiful song together. And in session 2, when she was homesick and really wanted to go home, it was really sad. And it makes everybody cry on that scene when Keisha's gonna sing The Eye is on the Sparrow or some song that sounds familiar. I think that was the title, I'm not sure. And Zara was like, and she's like, I can't do this without Zara. So when I was because she got to take Zara to the airport with everybody, because she knew she was going to miss her best friend. And me just talking about it right now makes me want to cry, because it was the saddest scene ever. Those two sung together while going to the airport, and they videotaped a clip of it, and they showed it to everybody, and everybody was cheering and crying and everything, because everybody missed Zara so much. It showed in season, why do I keep calling it, say then, in session 1, that she can't swim, and was learning how to swim. And the swim instructor, I think her name was Holly, was telling her she needs to learn when she gets back home to keep those lessons going. She said she learned a lot when she was there. It just was her time to go home. It wasn't like the whole Sarah situation on Highlander, because Sarah only stayed like a few days and then was like, I'm out of here. Zara at least stayed a couple of weeks before she was like, I'm out of here. Allison, it's Allison! Caitlin and Allison are like my two favorite girls in the whole cabin, and Cammy, because Allison is just, she may be shy, may not want to do the whole camping, hiking thing. She may have not liked it or whatever, but her and Jason, oh my god, don't get me started with Jason. They got faked married at a carnival, and so it's been like the little joke thing. And then they decided to date, I guess, or something, because they do live close by. And that is so cool. I don't know why he didn't introduce himself. That's Hassan. And he's pretty cool. He's one of my favorite guys. Him and Andy and Connor. I like my favorite guys. And Jason, Andrew. I mean, I got lots of favorite dudes from session 1, but session 2, no way. He got in a fight with Keisha about something he said to somebody, I don't know. And during the whole campfire thing, she was just real mean to him and stuff. But he's a good basketball player. He's like Mr. Popularity at the camp. And when Keisha was, or no, Jenny, now I remember something about Jenny. Jenny had a huge crush on Hassan. She's always like, look, there's Hassan. Oh my god. And Keisha was trying to get them away from Jenny, or get Hassan away from Jenny, because Hassan doesn't like Jenny like that. And so they made up this plan that Keisha was dating Hassan. And then Jenny somehow found out about it and was really ticked off. But when Hassan was playing baseball, which we only see one time, they go Jenny, go Jenny, and they're like, we're not making fun of Hassan, we're making fun of Jenny. But Jenny was nowhere near. That didn't make any sense. Jason! I did a lot of talk about Jason when Allison showed up, because those two got married, fake married at a carnival. And he's really cool. He has a little black book that he writes poems and silly stuff. He wrote something about the Jersey Devil in a cave, and then he wrote something about in the Wazzy time, and that was pretty cool. The whole letter thing that Jason wrote to himself does not make any sense. I don't get it whatsoever. He's like, wow, I just wrote here's a letter I wrote myself last year when I was going to camp. But yet the date said 1997. And the camp was in 1997. So I don't get it. Peanut. I don't know why his name is Peanut, but he's the head counselor for the boys and for the basketball team for the girls and for the boys. It's weird that in session 1 the boys had a basketball team, but in session 2 the girls had a basketball team. It's like everything the boys did in session 1, the girls did in session 2. And everything the girls did in session 1, the guys did in session 2. Like, in session 1, the guys were getting along, and the girls were not. So they were trying to help the girls figure out ways to get along. The guys didn't really have to do that. Then in session 2, the guys were struggling, and the girls were getting along so well. And the guys had to do different activities to get along. It's weird. Angie, I hope I said her name right, she's the girls' head counselor. We don't barely see her much. Like Peanut, we see him a lot. Because when the guys go out in the rain and when it's lightning out, they get bitched at for that. But her, she barely is around. Isn't that the most wonderful sunset you've ever seen? Just wanted to show you that real quick. During Campfire, they make a lot of mistakes, which I don't understand how they can make these mistakes, but one of the mistakes was when they were showing Campfire, they kept showing people from from session 2, like Cammy and Patrick and his friend, and then the other Andy from session 2. They showed them, and it's like, oh yeah, and then during the goodbyes, they showed Mac or whatever when Asa left or whatever. I don't remember. I just know they showed Mac in a place they shouldn't have showed him during the goodbye thing. So I don't understand why they had these mistakes. Peter and Penny are the camp directors. I don't know if they're a married couple or what, but they own that camp. I don't know if it's still going today. I think I read somewhere that one of the camps, I don't know if it was this one, where it got shut down because they couldn't afford it anymore, and it's like a sad thing. But anyways, Peter, the only time we see Peter again is when he has to talk to Caitlin, when Caitlin wants to go home. And he's trying to figure out why. And she really doesn't want to tell him. That's just pretty fire right there. Pretty, pretty fire. I'm going to say it now, even though we don't get to see this guy until the candy episode, where he's like asking for some candy. He's like, I'll give you a soda for a piece of candy, or if you give me a soda, I'll give you some candy or something. Make a deal with him, and he's like, I won't tell, I promise. And all they named him was Jonathan Counselor at that time. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get to that episode today, but whenever I get to when they show new people, I will definitely show you. So, for a couple of vlogs, you're going to see this. Mistake number 1, Andy and Mac. Mistake number 2, that's Patrick, I believe. Mistake number 3, Cammy, and I think that's Annie, but I'm not sure. Here's something I didn't know about Keisha. She's adopted.